Because NDTV has now accessed the registration details of that car which was used to carry out the blast. It is registered in the name of Mohammed Salman. And yes, like we had said earlier, it is a Haryana registered car. Its previous owner, Salman, has been arrested. However, he has said that he had sold this car off to somebody in Okhla. Now, who is that person? Did he in turn sell it to somebody, give it to somebody? Was it stolen? That still remains unclear. But now we have the registration certificate, the RC of that particular I-20 car, which was used to carry out the blast. And the registration clearly shows the name of Mohammed Salman. It's a Haryana number plate, HR26CE 7674. That is the registration number of the car. So it is a Haryana registration number. A special cell team has already been dispatched for Haryana. The UP ATS also forming a part of the investigation. So across states, this particular probe is going to take place. Vishnu.
Absolutely, and I think that's important detail that you've shared. And this is just the first lead. On the owner of the car at a certain stage, it's a Haryana number plate number. It's believed to be a Hyundai i20. Who is the eventual owner of the car, the present owner of the vehicle? That is something we do not know at this juncture. I would suggest that is information that the police would be able to pick up in a relatively quick period of time. What I would actually want to know on a very immediate basis is the nature of the explosive which was used. Ammonium nitrate is easier to acquire than RDX. RDX is the favored sort of chemical explosive, high-intensity explosive of use by terrorists. We've seen its use and how it's transformed the face of terrorism across the world over a period of time, not least of all in Kashmir. That's something that needs to be established. If it was an RDX explosion, the NSG, the NIA, all of the investigators over here have mobile labs, and they should in a finite period of time be able to identify the nature of the explosion itself. In some blasts, as I've been saying earlier on in the evening, it's not necessarily one explosive which is used. It could be a combination as well. So that's something again that they're going to have to do to find out. So it's picking up all of these small threads. At this juncture, there isn't very much information putting it all together, but spare a thought for the families, for the loved ones of all of those who've lost their lives. As you've been mentioning, 7 at least of those who have lost their lives, their mortal remains cannot be identified. This is just a horrific situation as a result of a high-intensity blast in one of the most congested parts of the national capital. Some would suggest the heart of Old Delhi itself. And that's something which investigators continue to look at, and we'll be tracking very closely right here on NDTV.
Right now on your TV screen are that of the Delhi Chief Minister. She is at the LNJP hospital as we speak. She is also going to be going to the Red Fort area. Soon after this, the Union Home Minister earlier had met the injured. He has also just put out on his social media that all angles are being considered. दिल्ली विस्फोट में हुई जनहानि में बेहद दुखी हूं. अपने प्रियजनों को खोने वालों के प्रति मेरी गहरी संवेदना है. मैंने धमाके वाली जगह का दौरा किया है, अस्पताल में घायलों से मुलाकात की है. उनके शीघ्र स्वस्थ होने की मैं कामना करता हूं. That is what the Home Minister has just said. Fast paced developments taking place even as we speak. The initial investigation has started. Teams from the NSG, the NIA, Special Cell, FSL, Crime Branch, UP, STF, they are all present at the spot. If there's one indication that this gives us is that this investigation is going to stretch across borders. Agencies from across states, from Uttar Pradesh, from Haryana, from the center, from Delhi are working this case because it cannot be seen in isolation that it's happened in Delhi. Is it in any way related to the terror module that was busted over the weekend, details of which were released by the Jammu and Kashmir and the Faridabad police just today morning? Similarly, another such module was busted in Gujarat as well. Was there a bigger plan at play? Did this attack get precipitated by the fact that that module was busted? Was this an act of panic? Who is this Salman in whose name this car has been registered? Now we know it is a Haryana registered number and the person is a resident of Gurgaon. So you have a terror bust happening in Faridabad. There are linkages to at least 2 people in Uttar Pradesh, one in Lakhimpur Kheri, one in Shamli. This is what I'm describing right now is the terror module that was announced in the morning that had been uncovered by the police of Gujarat. So the person who was planning a ricin poisoning plot, he had got accomplices from 2 places in Uttar Pradesh. The people who've been arrested in Faridabad, they had got linkages to Srinagar, to Anantnag and to Hyderabad. And now you've got this man whose car is registered in Gurgaon. The address there is of Gurgaon, but something that stands out, Vishnu, he says the car is in the name of Mohammed Salman. The RC, the registration certificate, bears his number, bears his name, bears his address, and he says I've sold it off to somebody else. And yet the RC still has his name and address. Vishnu.
All right, Padmaja, I've lost that line with you, but I think I've got the gist of your question. And which is this, that, you know, I mean, it's preliminary information. You've got a person called Salman. He was apparently owner of this I-20 vehicle. The vehicle itself registered in Haryana. Apparently not the owner presently. He says that he sold it off. As you mentioned a little while back, this is a vehicle which was sold to somebody in Okla, which is in Delhi. And then, you know, whether that is the person who was somehow involved with this or sold it to one other person, other people, we do not know. But that's the trail that the police would need to actually to find. The fact that they've been able to identify the vehicle because it was completely destroyed is you know, an important first step, which should help them sort of follow their steps to where the eventual owner of this vehicle is. I've lost the line with you.
Okay, I will just try and reconnect with Vishnu in a second. More details of this registration certificate. Let's get it from my colleague Aditi.
Right, Padmaja, we have accessed the registration certificate. Remember, this is the I-20 registration certificate which says Mohammed Salman is the registered owner. The number of the vehicle is HR26CC 7674. This is the registered vehicle and the owner name over here in the RC, which remember is very mandatory. If you are selling your vehicle to somebody, you have to transfer the registration or certificate of the vehicle as well to establish that you have sold this car to somebody else. But the RC that we have accessed still says Mohammed Salman as the registered owner of this vehicle, the car number HR26CE 7674, and the purpose registration date is being said that 18th of March 2014 was when the registration of that vehicle was done. Manufacturing date has been given and it is valid till 15th of February till 2029. As per the details on this registration certificate, it says that this RC is valid till 15th Feb 2029. Hence, this is very mandatory when a person who buys a car and wants to sell it later on, it is mandatory for that person and the owner of the vehicle to transfer the RC as well to the person who is buying it.
Absolutely, and that's what really stands out, Aditya. This man who's been interrogated, he says, I have sold off my car, and yet the RC still bears his name. It bears his address.
Well, that's right. That's what we are picking up, that there was not complete transfer that has really happened of that particular car that got completely dismantled and destroyed in the blast that took place.